The issue in New South Wales is not gas supply. The issue is price.
What's happened is there's a glut of gas globally at the moment, and this glut was generated by an overinvestment in coal seam gas and in LNG projects and in shale gas globally. We've seen demand actually fall in key markets such as Japan, which is the world's largest importer of LNG, and Korea, which is the world's second largest importer of LNG. And all these projects have been brought on stream to cater for increased demand, and demand is simply not there.
What we have is a crisis of government policy, certainly, we totally understand that, but we don't have a crisis for supply of gas. We've got more gas in Australia than we can shake a stick at.
There is no gas shortage. It's just a fabricated lie.
It's a ridiculous situation that we keep getting told that there's a shortage of gas for consumption in New South Wales, but there's a hell of a lot of it being sold to overseas countries, so it's pretty hypocritical. Yeah, I mean, they just want to snap out of it. We're not stupid.
CSG is high-cost gas on a global scale because you have to keep drilling wells. It's the high-cost producer that gets in trouble, and these projects are in trouble right now.
They need to get every last drop of gas out for them to make their business viable. And so whatever's in the road is not of interest to them. It's about making money and appeasing their shareholders.
You go from the boom where there was everyone wanting to buy houses and rents went through the roof and businesses were employing people, to the production phase which they're currently in now. And there are now houses in places like Miles and Chinchilla that have been built that have nobody lives in and are unlikely to ever have anyone living in.
Even the big towns like Gladstone and Mackay, they're actually in rapid decline. I actually believe that this is an economic argument. It's bad for the state, it's bad for our economy regionally, it's bad for Santos and its shareholders. It makes absolutely zero sense. Yet, we have people rushing headlong thinking that this is the El Dorado, this is the industry that will save our region. Well, frankly, our region doesn't need saving. This region has an economy of $1 billion.
The Narrabri Gas Project is only part of Santos's problems. It built one of the 3 large export terminals at Gladstone. Already it has had to write off $2.6 billion. Now at Narrabri, they've written off $1.6 billion before they're even producing any gas. This is a financial disaster.
Well, it's been really interesting to watch how the Santos share price has dropped very dramatically, particularly in the last few days, but certainly over the last couple of years. They are in a lot of trouble, they have a lot of debt, that's without doubt.
My wife and I are actually Santos shareholders. Incredibly unhappy Santos shareholders. We are sick and tired of them wasting and burning our money. We know there's approximately $2 billion being wasted on the Narrabri Gas Project. Torn up.
At the moment, Santos aren't doing very well at all in the stock exchange because people are waking up to the fact that what they're peddling is lies and it's harmful to all of us, to mice and for people.
We've got so much gas, it's ridiculous in Australia. We're the largest exporter of gas in the world. The people that argue that there's a shortage don't look at the market structure. There are only 5 companies that dominate production of gas and distribution of gas on the East Coast. Those 5 companies control the market, and they are not releasing gas that they have at their disposal. And they are forcing up prices for domestic consumers such that at present you pay more in Victoria today than the same customer does at the wholesale level for gas in Japan.
You know how much royalties are being paid to the Queensland government by the coal seam gas industry, by the whole gas industry actually, in Queensland? That's nothing. They are part of this big gas con, which is going to make zillions for themselves and give nothing back to the country.
Senator Lazarus was talking at a meeting at Narrabri about how the government makes no money out of coal seam gas. And we all went, what? And he said, if you stop coal seam gas mining tomorrow, you would not see a blip on our budget. He said, if you stopped it tomorrow, the people, the Australian people, the taxpayers are not making a cent out of it. But the political parties get massive money out of it. A friend of mine who was there was a farmer, and she just said, aren't we stupid? She said, you think of all the money we've spent for the last 8 years, why didn't we just pool it all and just give it to the government? She said we'd have had a bit more clout.
It's very interesting to hear Santos say that they could supply up to 50% of New South Wales gas needs. They're not saying that they will, however.
The Narrabri project is not producing any cash. It is for sale.
We know they're trying to sell it. I think anybody that wanted to buy it would have to be, I can't think of any other word, conned by Santos, who would want a project that Santos don't want.
If it was so high up there as state significance, why is Santos trying to flog it off?
My godfathers, they're doing all of this in the food bowl of New South Wales, which is of state significance and will be in 1,000 years' time.
It seems in Australia, it's give me those bucks now, rather than thinking about the long term. What are we going to leave our grandchildren?